So I'm going to take apart the Ultralight X. We're going to tear it down into little bits. We're going to weigh them all. I'm going to show you how to take it apart if you want to clean it, if you want to change a component, if you want to check the switches, anything like that, then this is the video you want to watch. So I'm Beardedbob, been gaming for over 35 years, got about 230 gaming mice, probably more, and I like a lot of gaming peripherals, including keyboards, a game on Valorant and Tarkov. So if you'd like to see that kind of stream, then you're definitely in the right place. So let's get on with the teardown. All right, let's take it apart, see how it looks like. Let's see finally what it's made of. Doesn't feel like carbon fiber. And then I'll give my final thoughts. Let's see. Exactly the same. Felt a bit thinner, the skates, I would say. I'd say they're not the same. They look like they've thinned them out. Feel very thin. 0.7, okay, same thickness. Did you feel a bit like more flimsy? I don't know. They need to stop making it. So you got these trays, please. I mean, I guess they're inserted this time. They're not they're not well, blowing the fluff. At least they're smooth. So it won't need sanding, I guess. Makes sense. They've flattened them. So that means you don't have to sand any more bases. So at least they've done that. At least you could put bigger skates in, I guess, gives you that option. So fair enough there then. Well, bonus, they haven't given us any screws at the front, so it's only the rear ones, you can see. So no screws at the front. Again, they're smooth on the front as well. That screw was disgusting. What disgusted me more was they didn't bother to wrap the cables or make them all black, which just, I don't get that. I think Finalmouse just need a little bit more detail, attention to detail, stuff like that. Changed the screws from titanium, which is interesting. Wonder why they've changed the screw. And they're not even made them black either. So it's like a little bit of attention to detail. I mean, it's okay. Saves a bit of weight, I guess, not painting it, but why not paint it? Et voila. Oh, they've got TTCs on the front, not put on Omron. God damn. I mean, pretty basic, right? So it is light, that base. I don't know what they've made that shell out of, but holy moly. That thing is light, man. Right, let's look at this part then. So they've definitely stripped out a lot of weight in here. Look at that front. Don't know what composite they've used. No way of finding out, but they've definitely took a lot out here. There's not much they can tweak. Looks like they have changed the side button slightly, put an extra bar on it. Let's try and secure them. Let's stop the press maybe on the side here. The flex. Not bad. It's the same actual. That pretty much to me looks the same actual design. Maybe that's slightly more protruding compared to a Starlight. I'd have to compare them. The way they've hollowed out the buttons. Try and save more weight. Right, so one screw. Looks like they're using the different malar pad. Looks like a clear malar. It looks slightly raised. But they haven't got that little weird, they haven't got that little wrap around the bottom leg, which they had on the other ones, which is good. Looks pretty clear. Look at the posts as well. So it is similar to the, you see that? Focus. What is bizarre is they've now got the torque screws on the mains. I thought this would be not one piece, so interesting, a bit of flex. So it looks exactly the same design as the other versions. They've got this little lip on it still, like a little bit of a thinner run on the hectagon. It looks like. Can't even show you, but so it stands up a little bit compared to like this one. This one's flatter, and then they've kept these side wing bits to keep the strut a bit better on the rear panel. And the middle one. These things feel light though. Whatever they've used this composite is light. It's probably the lightest material I've felt of any gaming mice. So whatever they've used is very good at. Someone needs to work out what it is because it's pretty light. 2.7 grams, 2.8. It's definitely light for a rear panel. Here's it's like a half mouse. I guess you could run it as like a half mouse if you wanted to. We'll try that weight mod later. Although they've kept the rear brace on it, which they didn't do, I don't think, on the last version. Normally it was like a massive piece that came out, if you remember the battery panel. They've took that off. They're always going to move, like, unless you can secure it at the top, there will be play, or you're going to have to get some way, like you said, to tighten up that tolerance in there. But like I say, it's a risk, because then it might rub or not ever, so it's up to them. Depends what they pick. But these are pretty flimsy because of the weight, so it doesn't bother me whatsoever. So I have more of an issue with the switch than I do with the play in the button. But this is an interesting, it's like a half body shell. I think this is definitely their best version of it. They've kept a very similar design to the Starlight 12. 5 grams. Oh. TTC on the main scroll, which I guess it's the purple one, so they like it because it's more firmer. We've got the Omron. This is the medium round. It's not Japanese, it's China version. It's basically the 20mm China version that every single manufacturer is using, which people say they seem to prefer. I don't know why, because they're horrible and they've got on-ROM sides. So, I mean, the side buttons are exactly the same as the other versions they've done, but they have secured them a bit nicer. Still glued it by the looks of it. Yeah, it's got some thick boy adhesive. They don't want that rattling around, that's for sure. Probably about half a gram, mate. That's what it normally is. The gold wrap, they've just got it black this time. You can see they've gone for a custom wrap, so why not just go for a custom cable? Like, even if they're all just black or red or gold, it's a pretty thick adhesive. 0.3. They've gone for a 250 milliamp battery, which I'm pretty sure is a stock battery. Yeah, 250 milliamp. So this is the original Starlight 12, and here's the new one. I mean, what, expected to 280 milliamps? Really? Is it? Maybe it's under the wrapper. But it's the same battery. It's gone from white to yellow for the temp. The OG battery was 5.6. The new battery with the wrap on it is 5.2, so a little bit of weight, 0.4 maybe saved. See what the wrap difference is. The one good thing we're not talked about, they've kept mechanical switches, which is good. I thought they might put opticals in it because they want the fastest of the fast, but I like how they've kept the mechanical switch. That means you can put any switch you want in it ourselves. Oh yeah, still 250 milliamp there. Maybe there, you can just about see it. You see the bottom left? It's just the encoder I don't like. It's a bit notchy, but that's personal preference, right? I can see that being good for people with weapons if they want to use it, which I do, but it makes it feels a little bit grippy. So same position of glue, and then glue on the front. So it's like they've done the same clip format. 2 clips on the front, 2 clips on the back. Looks exactly the same mounting. It's nice to see they've trimmed out the PCB a bit, but we'll see that a bit more. So this is a nice PCB. Like, they've done a good job here. I like it. The only thing I'm not a fan of is the way they stick on the side buttons, but not end of the world. They've definitely tightened them up in the body as well. On the Starlights, they could rattle a little bit, so they're a little bit tighter. Looks like the same connections and stuff though. Same ribbon cable. And I still don't like the fact they use a TTC, but that's probably because they want a firmer switch when people are pressing rather than an on-run super light. People will click accidentally. I think in fairness, when I was playing Tarkov, I could feel it clicking, so that's probably the reason, which, let's say, is justifiable. So. They glued the sensor down this time, or they let it go this time? Oh, there's a bit of stickiness in that. It's not stuck to it. Right, so the scroll wheel. Again, some kind of composite, but actually quite nice. I quite like the ridges on it. The rubber's not going to wear out. It might wear the plastic maybe down. Overall pretty nice, that, to be fair. I like the thickness of it as well. 8mm is pretty thick, it's nice. We've got the same purple, basically the same switch setup, purple TTC, and we've got the on-runs. What I did notice was, if people have seen that yet, they've raised, look down to it, they have raised the switch on the scroll wheel press. A little bit of a, just raised it a little bit up there, that's what that is. Is it a Kale encoder? Yeah, I presume it's a 9mm again. Grey top Kale encoder, but it's not a red. It's a 9mm encoder. But it's a nice PCB, so they definitely optimised it. They've chopped out all of the bits you can. Finally got USB-C, whoopie-doo. What's the MCU? Look. So sensors are PAW3395DM-T6QU. And it's using the NS2840, is it? So it's got the Nordic one, but you can't actually tell. It's got a bit of dot on it, a bit of a white dot, but yeah, it's got a Nordic one. 10 grams, a bit heavier than I thought it was going to be. Here's the base. It's definitely got a little sticky bit for the sensor. It's not stuck up this time. Looks pretty much the same as all the other ones we've seen. Like, I reckon 7 grams. Oof. Oh my days, yeah boy! Overall, I think this is definitely the best Finalmouse they've created. They've definitely took some ideas that they've seen and the feedback from the community. I'd like to have still seen better side buttons. I don't particularly like them, but I think we're stuck with that. The mains still have a little bit of wobble in them. You can tighten the screws, but they still wobble. I don't like the on-run 20mm. I don't like the Kale encoder in it. It's a bit too notchy for me, but their personal preference. Scroll wheel's nice in terms of the actual scroll wheel itself. The build quality is good. There's a little bit of creaking on the front of mine. On this version, on the other version I've got, there isn't creaking, so that just depends. Overall, it's nice. Don't like the skates, but they have flattened out the bottom, which is good. Now you don't need to sand them anymore, thank God. So yeah, nice. Probably could sort it out there. Sticky pad so you don't get a load of hair from your cats on it. But yeah, overall decent. Coating's nice. Let me know what it is. I don't exactly know what it's made out of, but it's certainly light. You can feel that. I don't think you're gonna get this much lighter from the manufacturer, so they've done a good job.